Okay, and welcome to the final step of painting the submarine we've been working on. So I've gone ahead and I've done a bunch of them just to kind of show you the finished results. But we've gone and we've painted the gems. I didn't want you guys to have to sit through all of it, especially like the little ones. Like it was going to be hard for you guys to see really any details with that sort of stuff anyway. But I've got two gems on the back here. I'm going to show you how we're going to paint these up. Um, We're gonna start with just uh, just straight up, nothing fancy, black. What we're gonna do is we're gonna paint the whole stone black, and this is the final little bit. So we want to be, and you do need a very very good brush to do this. There's no getting around having a crappy brush for trying to do this. So we're just gonna paint the whole thing, like I said, black. And that's because the more glossy something is, the higher the contrast between the light areas and the dark areas. So we want to make this thing look very vibrant, and that's going to require some very quick transitions from very, very dark to very, very light. Which isn't, it's actually easier than doing like a subtle transition because your mind is looking for a certain kind of thing and it will see that. Okay, so I've painted in black. Now, in this particular case, this is actually even kind of helpful that this is kind of, this black's kind of glossy. As you can see, that highlight is in that upper corner. So with the gem, what you'll find is you'll have the transition in one corner. Now I want these to be red. So what we're going to do is we're going to paint the opposite of our really highlight, red. So I'm going to paint, following the shape of them, making this little crescent in here. See that? That little crescent that I painted, leaving a fair amount of black there. But I start almost at the point, and I kind of swoop around about three-quarters of the way. Okay. Try and scoop up some of this paint so it'll dry faster. So that's our first step. All right, so just kind of paint that corner. Then what we're going to do is in my wet palette, I've basically mixed some of this yellow with some of the red to get this kind of orange, kind of a little bit in between. And then we're going to paint almost everything that we just painted over again. We're going to leave a little bit of that red showing through, but not much. And this is the essence of layering as well. So we've just done that. Okay. Now we're going to go over here, and I've got a little red mixed in with the yellow, so it's a little bit lighter, but it's still not quite just yellow yet. I don't have enough there, so we're going to make a little bit more. The other thing, too, when you're mixing on a wet palette, when you want to mix more, you'll see what you had mixed before, and you just keep mixing it till those colors get the same. So if you run out of something, not a problem. Okay. And again, I've got a good tip on my brush. I've got a nice fine point. Okay, we're going to paint everything in the same shape, but just a little bit less. See that? So that's what we've got now. Now we're going to go just straight up yellow. And we're going to get the same shape, but even less. We're just going to get just that opposite corner. Okay, and that's almost all of it. Gems are actually pretty easy to do. The last little thing, and this can get a little tough, is you need to put your pure highlights in the black. So what I've got is I've got some, this is very wet white, the water, it's kind of watered down. So it's thin, so it hasn't dried on my brush, and I'm gonna, with as small as absolutely possible, just put this in a way where you guys can really see it, as small as possible, just slowly poke twice. I know I talked to you guys just a little bit too much and let the paint dry. You got to be quick with it. So let's do that again. Got a nice point. And we're just going to poke twice. If the paint doesn't come off the moment you touch the gem, your paint's not wet enough. If you're really gonna have to jab it in there to get the paint to come off. Okay, so now I got two little dots. And there we've got the gemstone. So that matches everything else we had there. So if we put his arms on, and if you've been following at home, we now have so there we are. I told you we'd get there. And there we have it. So feel free to post any comments or thoughts if you guys follow these steps and paint something up. I'd love to see how it comes out. Feel free to shoot me an email or post a comment or a link on the video, or tim@stupidhammer. And you can check out some of our other galleries and episodes and other little hobby articles we've got going on over there. Alrighty guys, thanks and have fun. Give you a thumbs up.